This is a good one today. This is a good one. I know I say this probably every time, and there's four of you that will watch this, and I think at the end of it, you will agree that this was another good entry to the show here. Which is, so when I started the 1911 Syndicate, I don't know, 2, 3 years ago, I started to form what I called the seven deadly sins of 1911 Syndicate clients, and it sort of spawned off into like a Ten Commandments kind of thing. When we first start talking, right, and especially if you're in Utah, where I and my teammate are going to be personally dealing with you in the real estate process, we need to have some come to Jesus moments very early on, because if certain things pop up down the road, I want to remind you of the conversation that we had very early on. Now, one of those commandments, if you will, is um, it's probably a little bit more harsh than would be in the actual commandments, but you'll get the picture, which is my name is Jake Dwyer. It is not Helen Keller, which means I'm not a fucking miracle worker, everyone. No, to pay credit where credit is due. That line is completely stolen from Jeremy Piven's character Ari Gold in Entourage. It was a great moment. I don't know why it always stuck with me. I think Ari Gold secretly is like kind of my hero in life, but he was doing a call, some big Hollywood deal that he negotiated, and he's like, "Call me Helen Keller because I'm a fucking miracle worker," and it was just a great moment and always stuck with me. So I do like using that line, but I'll pay credit to Jeremy Piven for that one. Now, I tell people this because it's very important to hear it early on, because a lot of people have unrealistic expectations for their realtor, and that would sometimes include us personally. So it's important that you understand this, right? We are not capable of working miracles. What we are capable of doing is putting together the puzzle pieces and getting everything arranged properly and working hard and strategically and making things happen. Miracles, that's not what I do. That's for the big man, right? The big man does the miracles. I'm the I'm not the little man, because that would be an insult, but I'm the other man, and I'm not here to do miracles for you. So, I'll give you a couple of pieces of advice on this. One, I cannot make things be for sale in your budget that really can't be for sale in your budget. Sometimes someone is like, "Hey, whatever, 200 grand's the budget, and I want a house, and I want it on an acre, and I want a pool, and I want a pool table and included with the house. They better include that pool table or I'm out, right?" And then they're like, "Well, I also want skylights." And you're like, "Dude, I mean, you're asking for miracle shit here. Like, I can't, that is not going to be for sale, and I cannot make that be for sale, right?" So you have to come back into reality here, right? I got to reel you back in like that big mouth tuna and get you back to reality at this moment, okay? That's an example. Another one is requesting short notice showings. Now, this one's tough, right? This one is tough. And I ask that you hear this message, especially if you ever plan on being a home buyer, especially in the coming, future, in which case you better call us. But what people have to understand is we have other things going on. Sometimes when you start the home buying process, you sort of assume that like we have nothing to do other than just like sit around. Like I literally sit here all day and I'm just waiting for Todd, the client, to call me and go, "Now, execute, show me this home." And I'm like, "On it, Todd." It's not how it works, right? There's other things going on. Hell, I've got personally a lot of other things going on, but I still prioritize clients. But point being to that is your agents, depending on kind of where they are in life, like they probably have a lot of other things that they're juggling. So you can't hit them with like outlandish short notice requests. You see a listing that pops up at like noon when you get your listing alert, and you're like, "Hey, can we see this at 1?" And you're like, "Fuck, dude, like I got other shit going on." Not to mention, I don't even know if I can get a response because I got to call the seller's agent or submit the request online for what time we want to go. They got to get it approved with the sellers, which goes back to the seller's agent. It comes back to me. So it's got to go down the chain to the sellers and then back up the chain to me. So that can't happen in an hour, right? So you have to understand things like that. We need a little bit of heads up. It's a pet peeve, and I try to really get people clear on this. Like, hey, our plan is on Saturday to go look at homes. Don't message me at 8 p.m. on Friday and be like, "Cool, here's a list of homes." Like, don't do that. One, it's unrealistic I'm going to be able to put all that together that short notice. One, two, it's just rude. Like, most of the shit that's for sale on Saturday you wanted to look at, it was available for you to peruse online on Thursday or Friday early. Like, you need to prioritize doing some of this shit too. Don't put it all on me at 8 p.m. on a Friday that I want to go look at these half a dozen properties on Saturday. Like, yo, dude, I'll do my best, but also, what if, because I didn't hear from you, I might have had other shit booked on Saturday. So, right, got to understand some of this stuff, everyone. Um, if you don't have a lot of like cash or leverage, like if you're buying a place and you're like, look, you're a qualified buyer, but you're not a competitively well qualified buyer, aka like you don't have much cash to go above the asking price, or whatever the case may be, you just might not have a lot of resources that put you like at the front of the line. Cool. Don't expect miracles from me, because the truth is you're not a real well qualified buyer, which means we're probably going to have to play the volume game, right? It means we're probably going to have to submit a lot of offers in a relatively quick period of time until eventually we get one, which also means you can't be that picky because you don't have room to be that picky because you're not the most competitive offer that they're going to have, which means we got to play the volume game, right? We're going to have to like go after probably quite a few different houses, not saying at the same particular moment, but like we're going to have to be aggressive in pursuing a lot of properties, even if they're not your dream home. I was not the one that told you not to save cash, right? That's on you. I'm now stuck with trying to get you a house without having a lot of cash, which means you're going to have to be aggressive. You're going to have to go for a lot of houses, right? It's the reality of the situation. If you're selling your home, just to give you one more example here, and then we'll wrap it up. If you're selling your home, you need to be flexible, right? In terms of when people, like getting out of your home for people to come look at it, to just make it simple here, right? You list your home and it's Friday and someone's like, hey, can I look at your home at like 7 p.m. on a Friday? And you're like, 7 p.m.? Like, that's when I have dinner. Well, you're trying to sell your home, Bob. Bob, you're trying to sell your home. Get the fuck out of the house. Get the fuck out of the house, Bob. Like, go. They need to look at the house. Shoo, get on. Go for a walk with the dog or something. These are the kind of conversations we gotta have. You gotta live up to your end of the deal here, everyone. Like, I'm not a miracle worker. I can't sell your house. And this happens so often. Not really with me, but I see it on so many listings where they're like, only showings between 2 and 3 p.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays. And you're like, who the fuck has who's coming to this? Like, and you just handicapped your agent. And I know it's going to happen. You're going to be pissed at your agent a month from now when your home isn't under contract. You're going to be like, Todd, the agent, why isn't my house for sale yet? Bro, Bob, because people can only look at it 1 hour 2 times a week, one of which is Sunday, and people are in church in Utah. Like, what'd you think was going to happen? So you got to be flexible. You got to live up to your end of the bargain, everyone. That's it. I'm going to wrap it up, everyone. I don't know what sort of frog has got into this throat. It's not a sore throat. It's a dry throat, as if someone has rubbed sandpaper down my throat and robbed it of any moisture that might exist in my tonsils at this particular moment. But I don't think it's COVID. I think it is, I have not hydrated well enough, and I think it is now taking its toll on my lungs. So we're going to wrap this thing up, everyone. If you need real estate help, let me know. We're chill. This kind of advice that we give you here, this is how we actually talk to our clients. Like, we will tell you, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, right? And sometimes those are the tough love conversations, even though it might not feel that loving when I do it, which is why we have Heidi as part of the 1911 Syndicate, because she takes over more and more of the real estate business as my attention and time gets pulled in different directions. And she's way more nice about how she gives you the constructive feedback. So anyway, if you need stuff, let us know. We help people in a lot of different states and cities and stuff, and we're pretty good at adapting and just kind of helping you in whatever capacity we can. So never hesitate to reach out if you need something beyond that. Drop us a comment. I know it sounds ludicrous, but believe it or not, comments really do help. On a small channel like this, if you consume content from some small channels, it helps them out quite a bit when you leave comments. Give them a thumbs up on the video, subscribe, turn on the notifications, stuff like that. Everyone, it's been real. Whatever, I'm done. See ya.